Hi, I'm Jacinta and this is Coast Community News 5 at 5, January 22nd. Coming up, Acting Council CEO Ric Hart speaks out on the council crisis. The coastal twist has been accepted into the Mardi Gras again. Mask controversy. Air pollution scares at Vales Point Power Station. A wall has been erected at Edelong. And it's a big market weekend across the coast. Let's start with the council. Here's David.
Yes, thanks, JC. The Central Coast Council is facing the brunt of ratepayer anger over its plans to institute either a 10% or 15% rate rise from the next financial year. A survey was sent out asking people to choose between the two, but after IPART received a record number of complaints, a survey from today now includes a base rate scenario option. Coast Community News attempted to complete the survey, but whilst there was a base rate scenario option on question 8, you cannot submit the survey unless you choose between the two original options in question 7. Interesting. Earlier this week, we interviewed Council's Acting CEO Ric Hart, and this is what he had to say about the measures being put in place to restore the Council's ailing budget to balance. Make sure you look at our YouTube channel for the long form interview.
I do realise that the rate increases are quite a major impost on a lot of people, a lot of families and so on. As I said, we're not entering into any of this on a willing basis, but we just have to address the fact that this council spent a lot more than it was earning, and because we need to borrow money, we're under very tight conditions from the lender, so we must do what we've got to do now and have things ticking off right from July 1 with a budget that is actually returning a small surplus. So that goes from 115 million loss to a small surplus inside 12 months is a big ask, but we'll do it.
Earlier in the week, the local environmental group Future Sooner and the Nature Conservation Council of New South Wales placed hundreds of child silhouettes along the foreshore in front of Vales Point Power Station to visualise the impact of the number of children they claim are affected by asthma due to emissions. Nature Conservation Council Dr. Brad Smith gave us the background of the protest.
Well, the Vales Point Power Station have applied for an exemption to the New South Wales Clean Air Regulation so that they can keep emitting high levels of nitrogen dioxide pollution into the local air. So this week, locals went up there and did an art installation on the lawns there to show that there are 650 cases of childhood asthma in the Central Coast and Lake Macquarie area that are directly attributable to this coal-fired power station pollution. So in the last financial year, their financial statement said that they made a $141 million before-tax profit. And they've also done engineering studies that show that fitting pollution controls that would halve their nitrogen dioxide pollution would cost around $33 million. So that's a small fraction of the profit they made in 1 year. And the benefit of installing those pollution controls is it would halve the pollution, halve the nitrogen dioxide pollution from the power station, and halve the number of asthma cases it causes in the local community. We think that's the least that they can do.
With masks now being mandatory in indoor settings, an alteration at Baddo Bay between a woman and a Tuggerah Lakes police officer has reached international news. When speaking with us, Tuggerah Lakes Chief Inspector Cole Lott defended the officer's position in demanding to CID, stating that under the New South Wales Health Act, if police form the opinion that the person is not being honest and is committing an offence, the police have the power to demand the name and address of that person. Local Lachlan Ainsworth has one of these exceptions, and he told us about his experience.
Yeah, so there's a wide variety of reasons people cannot wear masks, and nearly all of those reasons will be invisible. So it's not going to be an obvious thing. So say, for example, somebody has a disability sticker and they pull out a wheelchair. Obviously, you can see there's a physical issue that requires them to have parked closer to the supermarket, for example. But somebody with severe anxiety, breathing issues, depression, PTSD, that's invisible, completely invisible. And when these people go out into public, they're getting stares, they're getting harassed, they're getting people saying, "Where's your mask?" which then exacerbates these issues. So people need to be aware that, there are people in the community that are not required to wear a mask, and they need to respect that.
A 3-metre high timber wall has been erected in the front of a popular set of shops in Edelong this week, and local business owners are perplexed by the sudden action. We reached out to agent Helen Hughes, who supported the rights of the owner to erect the wall. We also spoke with some of the business owners affected. Here's what they had to say.
Hi, I don't know what the idea behind the wall was. We've always stayed within our lease. There is a DA to change this, but it's not supposed to be happening for a couple of years, and I've got a couple of years lease left on my lease. So yeah, I'm not sure why there's a wall appeared in my section. When you walk down the street, the cafe has kind of become invisible, and it's also limited the amount of seating I can place there, because it's encroached onto our space a little bit.
This is really not a good thing happening over here. I really don't know anything about it, because even when I'm signing on the contract with the real estate, I asked them about is there any demolishing or anything happening, and they said there's nothing happening, and they're going to let me know if anything going to happen. But all of a sudden, in the morning I came and I saw this. The guys were doing this building, so it's really not good. I don't think so. It's really not good for the business as well.
Now let's talk sport with Hawk.
Thanks, JC. Round 2 of the National Junior Track Series went ahead last Saturday, with members of the Central Coast Cycling Club competing and even taking out gold. In the under-17 women's division, both Lilia Tatarinov and Nicole Duncan got a taste of first place. For Lilia in the flying 200 metre and Nicole in the 500 metre time trial. Overall, round 2 is finished with Lilia in the lead of the national competition, with Duncan, who actually missed round 1, now shooting up to 6th place. In Central Coast cricket, 2 of the first grade T20 quarterfinals went ahead on Thursday, ending in wins for the Warnervale Wildcats and the Terrigal Matcham Bellbirds. At Baker Park, the Wildcats took it away, overcoming their hosts, the Wyon Roos, in the 15th over. Meanwhile, at Bill Sawyer Park, a nail-biting contest went down to the very last bowl, with Lissero Arimba losing their final wicket with only 4 runs needed to win. In the A-League, the Central Coast Mariners' winning streak was brought to an end with a 1-0 defeat by the Western Sydney Wanderers at Central Coast Stadium on Tuesday evening. The winning goal came late in the 83rd minute of the game after a loose ricochet in the penalty area saw the ball drop to the feet of Nikolai Muller, who put the ball over an overstretched Birighitti in goal. The result has pushed the Wanderers to the top of the league table, with the Mariners now sitting at 4th beneath an equally pointed Brisbane Roar, with a game in hand on the 2 top teams. However, tonight they will have an opportunity to shoot back up to the top when they play Sydney FC at Nestrata Jubilee Stadium, as will their hosts, who are currently sitting at 6th. Kickoff is 7:05 p.m. Now let's go to Hayley for the weather.
Thanks, Hawk. Saturday will be a sunny day with a max of 31 and light winds becoming easterly 15 to 25 in the early afternoon, then tending northeasterly in the evening. Sunday will be another sunny one with a max of 33 and winds northerly 15 to 20 kilometres an hour, tending northeasterly 15 to 25 kilometres during the morning, then increasing to 25 to 35 during the afternoon. Now, shifting gears, the Australia Day Awards ceremony was hosted by Central Coast Council on January 20, with special coasties taking out awards for their unique achievements and contributions within the community. Central Coast Citizen of the Year was awarded to Paula Hardwick for her commitment and volunteer work at Meals on Wheels. Hardwick has been a volunteer with the organisation for the past 21 years and increased her hours during COVID to help ensure meals were delivered to the region's most vulnerable. Some other awards included Alicia Gassaparoto, named Youth of the Year, Environmental Award winner Sue Booth, Paul Lemon took out Sportsperson of the Year, and Sharon Aldrich named winner in Arts, Culture and Entertainment. Check out today's paper and online for a full rundown of the winners. And it's a big market weekend across the coast. Last weekend was the Umina monthly markets, and tonight is the Terrigal Lagoon night markets. The weekly entrance markets is on this Saturday, and the popular Avoca markets are back this Sunday at Hazlitt Park. Back to you, JC.
Thanks, Hayley. All of these stories and thousands more are available on our website. And don't forget to pick up a copy of this week's Coast Community News, Coast Community Chronicle, and Pelican Post. Subscribe to all of our social pipes to stay updated during the week. And we are now available on Spotify as a podcast. Simply search Central Coast News on Spotify to subscribe. Finishing on a colourful note, Naughty Noodle Funhouse's Coastal Twist Festival has been accepted into this year's Mardi Gras on March 6, which is the first time in 43 years it will be held at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Workshops are currently underway to create a series of deep sea themed costumes. We spoke with Wine and Glitter about the event. Thank you for joining us and see you next week.
Pretty exciting for the Central Coast. So it's the second time that Central Coast the Coastal Twist Festival has been involved. Previous years Mardi Gras has been, as everybody probably knows, trucks and floats supporting, as well as really large organisations and commercial ventures, as well as community groups. And for the first time this year, in many, many years, we're going back to community groups. So Mardi Gras is actually supporting only community groups this year. There'll be no commercial ventures. And the focus, because we are going to be on the Sydney Cricket Ground, is going to be, it's really going back to the roots of puppetry and costuming, and people really sort of bringing what they want to the table in terms of their own community groups.
Well, we are Coastal Twist, and we always love to highlight our natural beauty and environment and stuff. So yeah, we've done some workshops and community consultation as well, and we came up with the theme deep sea creatures rising up out of the waters. It sort of aligns as well with our new organisation and the new festival.
Everybody,